So this prediction might be quicker than the rest of the ones I've done. This is because when you're researching comic book characters, there's always just so much media to go through. Some stories end up being useless in the versus debating sense, and their histories are just too massive. So this video will be treated as a discussion. If I'm missing vital information that could change the debate, please let me know. I am completely open to changing my mind on this matchup, seeing as it seems so close in my eyes. Anyways, no more stalling. Let's just get into these characters. Ghost Rider versus Spawn. Why is this wanted? They were both normal people who made a deal with a demon that gave them powers for the express purpose to seek vengeance towards sinners. They both swore vengeance against the demons that gave them their powers because of a betrayal that nearly killed them. They both became king of hell. They both make their opponents feel the pain and sins that they've dealt, and both have demonic entities fused to their bodies. This matchup is so fun and has been one of my most wanted for a very long time. Without further ado, let's briefly talk about what they both can do, starting with Spawn. Spawn is an expert hand-to-hand fighter as well as a proficient gunman. Al Simmons was an expert assassin before he became Spawn, but honestly, his punches and his guns won't do much against Ghost Rider. I'm just gonna skip the stuff that doesn't really seem like it matters in this debate and focus on the stuff that I feel like will be important at the end of the day. His body is made of a symbiote, a necroplasmic entity that can do many things. This suit can manipulate many powerful chains, teleport himself around and inside of other people. He can fly, can change a person's body, with the best example being him changing a racist KKK member into a black man. I can't make this shit up, that's just so crazy. Spawn can create illusions, can regenerate pretty much any part of his body as well as replace vital organs like his heart, can blast necroplasma from his hands, has precognition, can transmute objects, transform his own body, is about as sneaky as Batman, although after reading the issue where he meets Batman, I don't really think you can consider it canon anymore. He can negate other people's magic, and the suit itself can react to situations and adapt itself as Spawn gets damaged, as well as move independently from Spawn himself. It's kinda like Gaara's mommy saying. His chains can attack foes behind Spawn while Spawn shoots at foes in front of him. After Spawn's first metamorphosis, which is essentially what the symbiote on his body does to adapt to situations, he gains a few new abilities. He has his own version of Ghost Rider's penance stare, which essentially makes someone relive all of the pain they have ever caused others and drives them mad. Ghost Rider's does something very similar, where someone has to relive all of their past sins. But since both abilities are really similar, and I'm pretty sure both these characters have negated these abilities when used against themselves, I don't really think these abilities would work here. Spawn can manipulate green fire, can lay wandering spirits to rest, can control his body parts even when he's been dismembered, can create a sort of black hole that banishes someone to hell, can move around under the ground and attack from below using his cloak and chains. He can casually stop time, has telekinesis, can manipulate water, earth, and plants, can bring back the dead and control them, create barriers, and depower demons. When Spawn was the king of hell, it said that every heartbeat increases his power 100-fold. I didn't have much time to look into this matchup as deeply as I wanted to, with me currently being unfamiliar with both Spawn and Ghost Rider and not keeping up with their stories. But I still want to try to get my thoughts out of what I did learn. I know there are still plenty more equipment, abilities, and forms that Spawn has taken over the years, but I also know some of his forms, like his godly form, was given up along with all of those powers. I'm really hoping I could learn some more things in the comments after this video was released because I really want the verdict I came to be wrong. Before we get to the verdict though, let's talk about Ghost Rider. Really briefly. Ghost Rider also has guns and chains, but like before, these things won't make a difference in this debate. Plus, Spawn's chains are just far more impressive. Ghost Rider rides a motorcycle that can move faster than Thor's hammer. Thor's hammer is said to transcend time itself, so it's possible that he's fast enough to move while Spawn has stopped time. Also like Spawn, he controls fire, has telekinesis, can teleport, create illusions, and can manipulate others' minds. He can also create pocket dimensions and summon other Ghost Riders to help him fight, which is a huge advantage here. That's really all the differences I found with Ghost Rider. This is obviously shorter than any other prediction I've done, but this is a fight that's about even. It's crazy how many things both of them can do and how they resist almost all of each other's win cons. What are some things I want to see in the fight though? I want to see both of their fires cover the entire arena. Spawn having green fire and Ghost Rider having red fire would create some beautiful lighting for a final confrontation. I want to see both of them fail to use their soul manipulations on each other, resisting both of their versions of the penance stare. And lastly, I want to see a small army fight, with Spawn calling for the undead and Ghost Rider calling for the other riders. Sure, Ghost Rider would have the advantage in this scenario, but I still think this could make the scale of this fight seem so massive. All of this is cool and all, but who do I think wins? I really want Spawn to win, but I think Ghost Rider wins this at the end of the day. They each have one big win con, and that's the way they can each destroy the other's soul. I know I didn't mention it before, But Spawn has something called the Sword of Spirits, which is a blade given to him by his own god that could destroy somebody's soul completely, including the Ghost Riders, I believe. The problem is that Ghost Rider can just destroy or absorb souls with Zarathos, which is something Spawn would lose to. Ghost Rider does this with his flames though, something far more versatile than Spawn's sword. Not to mention that Ghost Rider is more likely faster and is definitely stronger than Spawn. Like I said before, Spawn can stop time, but I'm pretty sure Ghost Rider can resist that. Spawn can bind Ghost Rider with his chains, but Ghost Rider could easily break out. I hope I'm wrong here. I need to be wrong. I love Spawn so much. And even after reading the comments after this fight has been announced, I fell in love again with his character. Ghost Rider is alright in terms of a character, but I'm just not the hugest fan of him if I'm being honest. But thinking about this fight and learning both of their stories just so I can understand what's happening in the episode, I'm really excited. Let me know if I missed anything, because I definitely did. I'm really excited to see the discussion that this matchup creates. Until next time though, have an excellent day and take care.